Hello, good morning. Wonderful people participating in today's event. First of all, a hearty congratulations for the successful running of shows by the Next Dose team, and I would like to extend my profound gratitude for welcoming me today morning to speak on a topic that is very dear to my heart. When Mr. Umar contacted me and he said that, Babar, we would like to have you for this Saturday's session, and what would you like to talk about? Incidentally, I was going through this book by Michael Singer, that is The Surrender Experiment. And the word surrender, when you hear it, what do you feel about it? Usually surrender is about resisting to an enemy or to an authority. And let's understand today what we really mean by surrender. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is surrender to take benefit. I am Babar Zamaan, a career and mindfulness coach and also an academician. I've run this field for last over a decade, trying to help people, influence them by allowing myself to influence. Today's topic about surrender to take benefit is a very interesting topic which I really feel that is need of the hour. I remember when I started my career 15 years back, I worked for an organization, and it was a retail organization, and then we had a boss, and his name was, I would not say the name, but I will just say his name was Mr. Pillai. And Mr. Pillai was supposed to be a very strict professional. I remember that during his meetings or during his instructions, he was so strict and so difficult to talk to. And as a newbie, as a new employee of the organization, I had a difficulty in approaching him. And he was not approachable because he had this aura of himself, because he was a perfectionist. He felt that he knew everything. He felt that he is the one who can get things done. And he felt that because he has so much experience, he deserves to command, to show that authority. Since he belonged to the senior management team, the organization said that, all the senior managers need to take up a skill for personal development. An idea which he didn't really like, but then I believe he picked up a skill. Over the next few months, I saw a gradual change in Mr. Pillai's behavior. The way he was behaving with us, the way he was treating us changed drastically. He became more compassionate. He became more loving. He became more understanding. He started talking to us. We felt that he started listening to us. We felt that he's asking us, questioning us. He tried to become more friendly. And that really surprised me. Because I had this image of Mr. Pillai, and suddenly he's a totally different guy. I dared to one fine day in the evening, while he looked in a good mood, I dared to ask him that, Mr. Pillai, I have a question. And he said, shoot. And I asked them that, how come you're suddenly a different person? What made you a different guy? How can you suddenly change into a different personality? What happened? And trust me, I saw the biggest smile on his face that day. He said, well, if you would like to know, I have surrendered. And I said, what do you mean by that? And he said that, see, the senior management team asked us to pick up a skill. And what I felt is that maybe guitar is something I would like to really learn. And he picked up and he called up a tutor, an academy, and he signed up for a guitar lesson. But since he's such a busy man, he asked that guitarist or the tutor or the mentor or the coach or the trainer to come to his place. And he gave him a time at 6 p.m. And around 6 p.m., the guitarist came. He was this tall, young guy, hardly 21 years old, with all his curly, shabby rock star hairdo, wearing a long t-shirt, a baggy jeans, carrying his guitar bag. And he walked into the office. And here Mr. Pillai was sitting in a suit, smartly dressed, well cut, looking professional. And the moment this guy walks in, Mr. Pillai gives him a look. And he's surprised. Because here is someone who's completely new. He's a young guy, hardly any experience, just knows how to play his guitar, and has come here to teach him. But since he had to learn that skill, Mr. Pillai said, why don't you sit down? And then he said that, so this is how we are going to do. Mr. Pillai was speaking to the guitarist. He said that every day you need to come at 6 p.m. We'll do for 30 minutes, and then I'll record the session. I'll send you. And he started giving a lot of instructions to his would-be coach. The guitarist was coolly sitting in his chair, kept smiling, nodding his head, and accepted whatever was being said. And then Mr. Miller said that, so how do we start? And this guy, he asked for a paper and pen. And on that paper and pen, he wrote 4 letters. He wrote STTB, surrender to take benefit. And today's topic is all about that we all individually carry so much baggages. We have so many qualifications, we have so much experience, we have traveled the world, we have been in all kind of relationships, good and bad. We have children, we have married, we are married, we have family, friends, we have relatives, we have so many financial issues, and we feel that we have seen everything, and hence we are the experienced ones. And because of so many things going around us, we are constantly trying to solve all these problems together. We try to control everything that is happening around us. And it becomes so difficult for us to accept that when something goes wrong, and you cannot allow that thing to go wrong. You just want to be controlled in all the situations. There is so much baggage we all carry. The topic I want to talk about here is the art of letting it go. When things become difficult, when things are not in your control, you need to develop that eye to let things go, to let things be on their own. Imagine you're sitting in a flight. You choose your seat. You choose the meal you want to eat. You choose whether you want to buckle or you don't want to buckle, though the air hostess keeps coming and she keeps telling you, please put on the belt. But then the moment she walks away, you can open your belt. That's in your control. But what if there's a turbulence out there and the aeroplane is trying to manage in the turbulence? The pilot is unable to handle the air flight. There is a problem with the signals that I've been getting from the tower. Are you able to control that? Are you going to allow that to stress you out? To become anxious, to worry about it? So you see, in our life, there is an inside and an outside aspect. In inside aspect, there are things you can control, but the outside factors, you cannot do anything about it. So we need to at times let go of control on things that are beyond your control. You need to develop that perception. And why do we control? Why do we control so much? Because of the fear of the unknown. Take examples of protective parents. They're so protective about their children because they know the hazards of the things that are around us. When crossing the road, when playing around electrical spots, you're so protective. You're so much in control because you can control. But when your child grows, when he starts going out, when he goes to college, when he starts to do internship, you need to let go of it. You need to understand that, okay, this is the point wherein I need to surrender to the circumstances. And most of the people develop issues with the children because they do not understand this. They feel that the control needs to be there throughout. And we have seen how lives have been affected, how relationships have been disturbed. And trust me, when I say surrender is only meant for positive result. Surrender is to become more productive. Control is not productive. Surrendering is more productive. You join a new organization, you take up a new job. You must have been an excellent salesman in your previous organization. But then you have changed your organization and you join a new organization. And you feel that, okay, I know so much about sales. I have achieved so much. I have sold so many things. And I know how to deal with the customer. But when you join this organization must have something new to offer. But if you come with so much baggage, if you come with a mindset that no, I know a lot of stuff, then it becomes difficult to teach you, to allow yourself to be coached, to be mentored, to be trained. And hence it is important that at that point of time, you surrender to absorb to the new learnings. Interestingly, when we have a lot of, an average, all of us have 32 teeth. There is a set of 32 teeth, and sometimes an item gets stuck while you're eating food. It gets stuck in your teeth, and what do? You play around with it with your tongue. You all do that, isn't it? And it's continuously bothering us because that one small particle is stuck between your teeth, and you try to remove it. And then you try to look for items like a toothpick or a paper or something so that I can just remove it because it's bothering you. It's continuously bothering you. But then your remaining 31 teeth, they all are fine. They are not disturbed. And just a particle, I'm sure it's not painful. If it's painful, of course, you'll have to go to a dentist. But if there's a particle, your entire mindset is only towards that teeth. And is it not like our life is also like that? If you look at your life, you need to be very grateful that your life is so much better than thousands and thousands of people out there. But right now, your entire day goes around that one particular problem that's bothering you. You have a fight with your spouse, or an issue with your child, or an issue with your co-worker or in your company. That entire thing drains you out. Your entire energy, it goes down. Your positivism turns into negative approach, and you start judging and reacting to everything that is happening around you only because of that one problem. I'm not asking you to surrender to the problem. I'm just telling you that it's important that we learn to deal with those problems in that particular time, because that problem might be a stimuli, but reacting to it is a choice. Are you making the right choices? You need to ask yourself, are my choices leading me to my outcomes? Because ultimately, the choices are in your control. You chose to travel abroad. You choose to marry that person. You choose to join that company. And then you want to be in control. You do not want to surrender to the new experience, to the new learning that it has to offer you. You are so much full of your own belief systems that you're not letting it go. There might be people around you who were different at a point of time, but they must have moved on. They must have improved. They must have developed. But your perception towards them still stuck. You're not allowing that new personality to interact with you, to mingle with you. Many a times, the children, they grow so fast. Sometimes they astonish you with their remarks, with their comments, with their new learnings. We feel amazed, but is that not what happens around all of us all the time? With technology, with development, with government rules and policies, there's so much things that are continuously changing. And interestingly, change is the only constant word. Everything's changing. Everything is changing. And are you changing? Are you allowing yourself to update and upgrade yourself? Is a question you need to ask. Again, I am stressing on the point that we all have limited our thought process. We have not started looking life from a different perspective. And learning is going to be continuous. It's not going to end. Life always has something new to offer you. And that is why it's important that we surrender only and only to take benefit. Albert Einstein, the most famous scientist and researcher who spoke about relativity, he said that the way your world around is, it is up to you to decide and to believe whether this world is friendly or if this world is hostile. It depends upon how you look at it, and that is what you're going to get. If you constantly feel that everyone out there is to cut your throat, there's severe competition, people are not nice, then maybe that is the hostile approach you have towards this world. But it all boils down to what is said is that the belief that you have, that whether you look at things differently. Do you feel that the world is friendly? Are you that person who's going to make that difference? The problem here is of our expectations. You know what expectations are all about. We have so much expectations from the people around us, from the way we do things, from the work, everything. We have so much expectations. And when people do not reach up to that expectations, or when things don't happen according to that expectations, there are disappointments. So the higher your expectations are, the higher the disappointment you will experience. And the expectation is such that if you look at the most selfish word, the letter or the word is I. You want everything for yourself. As the famous Swami Gaur Gopal Das says, that you just want everything for yourself. This is, I want this. I deserve this. I like this. This is me. This is how I want my things to be. And I. And you're so much full of I. And that's why you have an iPhone or an iPad. It's all about you. It's all about me, I want this. The world should give me this. But the mindset should be that it's not about taking, it's about giving. What kind of environment you are creating for the people around you? Your transformation from I to you is the need of the hour. You have expectation from your spouse that he or she should be checking on you. He or she should be taking care of you. And you personally feel that I have done a lot for my spouse. And now it's their time to do it. Really? Do we really need to measure who paid the last restaurant bill and who's going to pay this time? Why did we marry? What was the purpose? Why did we have children? Why do we try to make relations? Why do we work? If you start asking why for every question, you will find an answer on your own. You need to stick to that answer. You have so many goals. You have so many aspirations. And isn't that a common goal for all of us, that we all want to be fit? We all want to be healthy. We want to have a fresh start in the morning. We would like to work out. We would like to have flat bellies. We would like to be energetic. We would like to look good. But how many of you are actually, sincerely making an effort in a disciplined manner to achieve that? We keep alarms. How many of you would like to get up in the morning and make sure that you're up early in the morning at 5 o'clock? Okay? How many of you want to, I said? We all want to. We all want to have a fresh start. We want to keep alarms. But the moment that alarm rings, you extend your hand and you close that alarm. You shut that alarm off. That decision that you take at that point of time has completely spoiled your entire day. Because the planning which you did a day before, the first goal, the first task that you set for yourself, you failed. You must have planned 100 things in the entire day, and you might do it. But if you look from a performance review, if you have to give a performance review, you failed in the first task. If you have decided to get up at 5 in the morning, and if you're not able to, and if you are not, then there's something that's going wrong. And you need to really work on that. And it's not about motivation. See, motivation will entice you for some moment. I can motivate you. You can, to go to gym and you will dress up and you will go. But do you really need people around you to continuously motivate you? It's not motivation, my friend. It is discipline. When you decide to do the same task every day for that particular time, that develops a habit and it becomes a discipline. And then no matter what your mood is, no matter what happens around, your discipline will pull you towards that task. The idea is to become disciplined. The idea is to surrender our need for motivation. The idea is to surrender the need of people to come us and tell us to do better. It's like, people telling us, I think you should be taking a shower because you look unclean, you look untidy. You need people to come and tell you to take a shower? or you want motivation for that? So taking care of your health, your mental health, your physical health, your food, your sleeping, do you need motivation for that? No. That is the basic hygiene of life. And if physically, mentally, spiritually, if you're not in control, then trust me, nobody can control you. You will not be able to control anything. I remember, and I also heard even Mr. Gopal Das, this happened with Mr. Gopal Das. I'm a big follower of Mr. Gopal Das. This happened with me too, that one fine day I wanted to have a lemonade. And I took a lemon and I took a glass of water, and we know all how to make a lemonade. And while I was making it, I got engaged with my son who was right beside me, and we were talking. And he was telling me some funny stories, and I was really enjoying that. And while doing that, instead of one, I squeezed almost 4 lemons into 1 glass of water. And then I asked him if he wants to drink. He said no, he doesn't want it, and he walked away. And then I picked up that glass and I took a sip. And you can imagine how horrible it tasted. 4 lemons in a glass of water, it's really bad. It just activated all my nerves and veins in my brain. But then, what do? I add sugar into it. I add honey into it. What do? I had no choice but to throw it away. Because I tried to load myself with something more than I could handle. My capability was handling 1 lemon, but there are 4 lemons we are talking about. And I could not take it. And what do? It's all a waste. You just throw it away. But I didn't do that. I felt that how about, rather than making 1 glass of lemonade, since there are already 4 lemons, let me add another 3 glasses of water. And I did that. And then a little bit combinations and everything, when I tasted, it tasted perfectly fine. So now what do I have? In respect of 1 lemonade, I have now 4 lemonades. Either I can distribute it among my other family members, or I could refrigerate it and drink later when I feel in mood to. So the analogy I'm trying to bring here is that you load yourself with the amount you can handle, the workload that you can handle. But when you feel that you're being overloaded with more than you can handle, then you need to take a pause. You need to take a step back, and you need to increase the horizon and engage yourself in other ways to handle those problems. It's like, you're walking towards a wall, and there is this big wall that comes in front of you. And standing here, you feel that, how do I cross this wall? Should I drill this wall? Should I jump on this wall? Or what should I do? But when you take a step back, you realize that this wall has an entry from this side and also from this side. So when you step back, when you relax, when you step back, your perception becomes bigger. You start looking things differently. So you need to allow yourself to learn, to observe, to relax. People are not going to relax you. You cannot go to a massage center and tell that person to, my body is tense and please relax me. You cannot go to a hair salon and tell him, give me a good head massage, I need to relax. You cannot always put music and listen to the music and say, let me relax. Choosing not to react is relaxing. When there is a stimuli, when something is enticing you, when something is trying to bother you, and if you choose not to react, is the moment you start relaxing. You must have kids around you. You must have seen how children they are playing. And usually this happens that when there is a fight that between a younger sibling and an elder sibling, what do we do? What do you do? They come and they complain you. The elder sibling comes and complains you and tells you, Mama, Daddy, or Uncle, Aunt, look, he's troubling me or she's troubling me. He is destroying my items, my toys. And what do you say? You don't get angry on the younger sibling. Most of us try to explain the elder sibling that take it easy. He's a young child. He's your younger brother. Don't be upset. You are more matured. You're more smart. Or we offer them with other goodies. Don't worry, I will buy you something new. Or worst, you will scold them saying that don't disturb me. I'm too busy. I'm too stressed out. Go ahead, play with your family members. Go ahead, just play on your own. Don't trouble me. Or worst, you would call the younger sibling and slap him or get angry on that baby, on the little child. But what commonly we all do is that we try to explain the elder sibling that take it easy. You're the matured one. You're the smarter one. You are the elder one. And the child nods and it goes. Sometimes they understand, most of the time they don't. Similarly, in our life, we have problems with people. We go in a car and we meet an accident, or there is an issue with a co-worker, or we have a spouse, we have a problem. Are the one who is attending such programs on self-development, on mindfulness, on becoming a better version of yourself. You attended this program, not the other person. So after attending such programs, if your reaction is still going to be same, then you have limited yourself to growth. So my dear friends, you need to surrender yourself today and learn from this program that next time you face an issue with someone, you need to be the matured one. You need to be that elder person. You need to act responsibly. And you need to step back. And as I said, it takes immense strength to surrender to a situation. I know you are doing bodybuilding. I know you're a very strong person. And if need be, you can punch that person off. But do you really need to? Would that make you happy? Momentary, yes. But have we really become such kind of people that we want to be upset and spoil and destroy things around us? No. And I'm sure those of you who are live right now or who are going to see this as a recorded session, you all are wonderful people. My father, whom I love very dearly, he always says that this world is full of different kinds of people, good and bad. And this world is not improving. It's going towards its doom. But the only way this world is surviving is because of few good men, few good people. And I want to ask you, are you among those few good people who can make that difference? You know, if you pick up a soda can, if you look at a soda can, right? And if you shake it, and then if you open it, what happens? You know, all this foam comes out, it fizzles out. Why? Because you have shaked it so much that, it had to fizzle out. But if you take a cool water bottle, it's also sealed, and you shake it, and then you open that bottle, what happens? Does it fizzle out? No, it doesn't. So I would like you to understand that what kind of personality are you? Do you fizzle out quickly, or do you remain cool as a water? And don't we all want to be cool as a water? For a moment, close your eyes and think of that one person you know who's super cool, who usually does not react, who's always cool. Could be a parent, could be a friend, a cousin. And then think, why is that person like that? Most of us feel, oh, that person does not have responsibilities like me, or that person does not has problematic or toxic people like how I have. And you start judging your life with that person. But probably that person must have also experienced it. It's just that he chose to react differently, that he always seems to be in a happy, comfortable and composed mood. And we can do the same. And that is why we need to revisit to our own ethics, to what we believe in. We believe in humanity, we believe in kindness, we believe in development, we believe in togetherness. We believe that, the only way I can influence you is by allowing you to influence me. If I feel that, no, I am already influenced, I am already trained, I have so much qualifications, I am certified, and I don't have much to learn now, I only can give Gyan, that is where I'm making a stop. I would like to attend a program where you are taking a session and you have a different perception to talk about life. And that is how we need to share and we need to develop together. So that calmness is a choice. To be relaxed is a choice. And trust me, when you talk about a problem, you need to start evaluating that problem. Is that problem really yours? Do you really need to bother? We read in news that such a thing has happened. You should definitely feel bad about it. But do you really get depressed about it? Do you start letting it bother you? You need to understand problems which you can resolve and problems which you should not be bothering about. Sometimes let news be just news. Recently a very famous television actor, he committed suicide back in India. And the entire country got upset about it. Of course, somebody has died. We need to feel bad about him. We need to feel bad for his family. But are you going to allow it to completely disturb you by continuously checking on the updates on social media, following the news, participating in the events, making sure justice comes? If you have the time, please do that. But then you cannot allow it to completely disturb you. There's some new policies that come, new government initiatives that come. The recent coronavirus. Of course, there are so many deaths that happened. And those deaths cannot be replaced. People have passed away. People have fallen sick. And there are initiatives that are being taken care to take care of them. But yes, your job is not only to read the news. You need to take care of yourself, to the family around you. Just because everybody has become casual, you cannot become casual. So you need to understand that when there is a problem, how much control I have that on the problem and how much I don't. If there is a fight that is happening in your company, are you a part of that problem? If not, then don't let it affect you. Most of us do. Most of us do. I have come across various people in my sessions. They come up and they tell me that, my mother and my brother, they always have a fight. And it really bothers me. And I asked him, that do you also play a role in it? He said, no, I'm cool with my brother, I'm cool with my mother. I said, let that happen. Let it be. Let it how it is. You can counsel your brother, you can counsel your mother, but trust me, they cannot be changed unless they want to change. The change is within. But you need to keep calm, because if you let your calmness go away, you're going to impact the family around. It's easy to be said, right? It's very easy to be said. But trust me, life is continuously going to kick us. No matter how many sessions you attend like these, no matter how much you feel that I'm in control, suddenly life will kick you. And that reminds me of an interesting story about giraffe. You know how giraffe are the tallest, with long necks, tallest animals? Do you know that when a giraffe gives a birth to its child, the child, it pops out and it falls on the ground, and it's on the ground. And you know what happens next? The mother giraffe immediately kicks the baby so hard that it shakens the giraffe. Yes, the mother kicks the baby very hard, and the baby giraffe gets shaken up. And then while it's trying to understand what is happening, I just came out in this world, the mother giraffe kicks the baby the second time. And at that point of time, because of the attack that is happening, and he's not able to understand what is happening, the baby giraffe tries to stand on its feet. With wobbling legs, it tries to stand on its feet. And while still trying to manage to become firm, the mother giraffe kicks the baby the third time. And at that point of time, the giraffe says, "Hey, bhai, bas. If I stand around here, this mother is going to keep kicking me. I wonder why did she give me a birth?" And the baby giraffe will start running. Of course, it's a small creature. So the mother giraffe catches with him and tries to cover the baby. And the baby is still worried whether you're going to kick me again. And this time, the mother bends and it kisses it. It licks its child and it kisses its baby. Because the flesh of a newborn giraffe is very, very soft and very, the fragrance is very nice, which is very attractful to predators like tiger, lion, cheetahs around. And the mother has to feed the baby, and every time the mother goes to get something, she wants the child to be independent, so that when there is an attack that is expected, the baby giraffe should be able to run on its own. So you see, the entire approach is the mother knows the perils around, and hence the first lesson the mother has taught its child is that life is going to kick you. Life is going to continuously kick you, and you need to be prepared. You need to become stronger. And similarly, when we talk about coaching, when we talk about teaching, teachers, coach, mentors, what do? They take you to the most hardest path, to the path where most of you give up. You join a gym, you take a personal coach, you go for 3 days and your body aches, or you're not able to get up and you give up. You join a martial arts, you go for karate and you don't understand why is he making me do what I have to do. Sometimes you go, in English classes or in language classes, they continuously make you read the same paragraph. They make you do same thing again and again till you become better on it. Sometimes you give up, sometimes you get frustrated, sometimes you have so many questions to ask. But what the coach or what the mentor or what the teacher is trying to do is trying to develop you for a bigger war, for a bigger fight. So the foundations are becoming stronger. The mother, the biggest teacher of all, she's continuously trying to develop us, to guide us, to train us. Some others are strict, some others are kind. But whatever they do, they're preparing us for the next step. And that is why life itself, the people around us, whether you have spoken to them or you have a deal with them, they are all your coaches. They are all your teachers. They are all your mentors. Your enemy or a person you don't like, he himself is a teacher for you. She's a coach for you. People whom you have a bad relationship, they are your coach, they are your teachers. They are giving you a lesson. They are preparing you for the next relationship. You have a bad boss, he's your coach. He's preparing you for the next job, for the next boss. So you see, if you start looking things differently, you improve your perception, you realize that everything that around you is trying to teach you. But are you teachable? Are you allowing people to teach you, to coach you? So what do I have to offer today? Nothing. I'm not a yogi. I do not have something, I'm not saying anything remarkable. For the last 38 minutes, all I'm trying to do is trying to connect you with yourself. Who am I doesn't matter. What matters is, do you know yourself? There's a wonderful, fantastic, energetic, positive individual that's inside you, whom you're not allowing to get out. It's time to unzip yourself, remove that outer part, and bring out the best version outside. You need to become the better version for yourself. If not now, then when? Surrender to take benefit. Surrender to things around you. Allow yourself to learn. On that note, I would like to end this session today, and I'd like to thank Nexados for organizing this program. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job, because this is the need of the hour, where people need to start connecting themselves, becoming better version, and I think you guys are doing a fabulous work on it. Thank you so much. I would like to end my session now here. Any questions, you could please post it in comments, or else if once this live video is ended, if your comments are still coming in, I hope to reply them. Thank you so much. Alright, I'll be ending this live video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.